if you have the money to fund a lawsuit to try to get the outcome you want, I mean, then that's the forced IP. But all this shit comes down to lawfare.
Right. I feel like you can just say that you can't just profit on another person's.
Who said I'm fucking broke? I've got lots of cash. I've got a fucking $700,000 property. I fucking own you. I fucking own you.
They're gonna sue your ass into oblivion after the llama chicken thing, man.
I know. You know, that was big. Thanks for bringing that back to my attention. I just want to keep doing it all the time, to tell you the truth. It's gold. It's gold, Jerry. Gold.
Yeah. Link in the chat. Don't go to johnkitover.com. Don't go there.
Don't go to johnkitover.com because they fucking own you. Bitch, you could have had a shepherd's pie for lunch. Instead, you decided to buy my domain name. Like I give a fuck. You're going to be working the rest of your life trying to do SEO keyword optimization like that fucking matters, mate. I can give two shits.
I had the domain idea out. I forgot about it because too much shit was going on. Let me check.
He's busy working. He just got a government grant for the first time in his ethno state.
That might be the funniest thing. I did not. That's hilarious. I did understand. Queers for Palestine for John. That is phenomenal.
Okay, Diego, one of my favorite memes, right? It's also a meme. It's Morpheus, and he's offering the red and the blue pill to Neo, right? And the second half of the meme at the bottom, it's Neo who's deciding. And Morpheus says in the top half of the meme, he says, Neo asked the question and be like, so you're telling me all I have to do is look at the early life section? And Morpheus says, I'm telling you, you won't have to.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what?
So, like, my idea was, like, do you remember Hot or Not? I had the idea of registering Jew or Not and then just being able to do, like, a Tinder swipe. Give you, like, Jew or Not, but someone else always JewOrNot.com.
Oh.
Like, we have to know. We got to wake them up.
My favorite variation on that Morpheus meme is him. It's a cartoon version, and it's Morpheus offering the pills. And Neo takes the red pill, and then in the next comic square, Neo's passed out drooling, and it's just Morpheus' ass.
You're in the matrix. I get the last bit. It's just Morpheus' what?
I say that Neo takes the red pill, but then in the next frame, he's passed out and drooling on a bed, and it's just Morpheus' bare naked ass.
That's right. That's right.
Well, don't be taking
JewOrNot.com is for sale. Should I make an offer?
Yes.
GoDaddy.com, get this to me and make an offer. My offer is USD.
This could be a banger.
Should I offer $6 million?
That's right.
Bro, listen to me. Clown House is off the hook. I went the most DEFCON level I've ever went last night, and somehow I'm not good.
Wow. That's right. Can you give us the highlight?
I told Nigger Kite to eat a Cyclone Pea sandwich and to get back in the oven. I must have called that guy a nigger or a kite about 500 times. It started off well El Normo for about 2 hours straight, and then this dipshit Baby joined the fucking room, started crying. So I was like, that Baby guy is like Jewish Canadian Brad, right? He sounds exactly like Brad, and it's just like, yeah, say that to my face and I'll fuck you up. And you're like, yeah, bro, okay, next story, where are you at, right? I'm just like, and then he's crying like, why won't you do this? Like, it's just from one extreme to the other. I'll fuck you up to then, I'm gonna tell you, teacher. Like, he's a crybaby bitch.
We don't like to say these things. We don't like to say nigger kind.
Do you prefer to say Cyclone A sandwich?
Well, that's fine.
That's right.
But refrain from using the word kind.
What? Yes. It comes off the tongue so well.
You can say nigger.
No, it's very.
That's what I said.
It's very like visceral, like saying like fuck.
I said
you know, like it's like.
I said what I said.
It comes off. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, but I said what I said, nigga.
I didn't stutter, dude. That's right.
Fucking faggot.
Anyway, Fatima is in love with me. I'm trying to tell you.
Fucking faggot.
That's right. You jealous, bro?
Yeah,
We should start doing that for Frankie as well. Frankie!
I changed my mind on Rambo Son, honestly.
That's right. As Mr. Steel Girl.
Still is not sure about that.
You'd like that?
Oh, that.
That's gonna be my new handle. Mr. Steel Girl.
I'm not so sure about that one.
That's right.
That's right.
You couldn't steal Diego's girl. But
Go to Tim Rob's the fucking faggot leprechaun.com to see all the ethno state content you've ever.
Put the link in the chat. Put the link in the chat.
Oh, that's
TimTheFaggot.com.
This nigger went and registered a domain for me, but he wouldn't renew the domain. Obsessed with me.
Obsessed with me. Obsessed with me.
That's no state. That's no state.
I live in a little ethno state known as Northern Ireland.
Ethnostate.com.
Hey, did you see? You know what was hilarious yesterday, or maybe it was the day before? We were talking with Elle, and Elle was talking about how great it is that Jews have their own Ubers and their own ambulances and their own forts and stuff. But then when you say, I want the same thing for whites, then she's like, no, that's wrong.
Oh, 100%, bro.
You're like, okay.
They literally either they don't care, or like they either don't care or they don't get, and they're shameless of it. You know?
Unbelievable, man. They have their own Ubers. Not even in the United States. They have their own Ubers in Mexico.
Jews have their own Ubers in Mexico?
I'm telling you, it's called Magen David. You can look it up.
So is it literally fucking kite drivers for kite passengers?
Bro, you think John can just live a life of leisure the way he does? Like, dude, he's literally being supported by
A life of
the
leisure.
Haggadah or whatever the hell.
You gotta understand, I signed a contract with Mossad in 2022 after they heard about my Clubhouse trolling, and it's been great. It's been a gravy train ever since. Technically, it all comes from USAID funding, but nobody knows any of that, so don't worry about it. Don't ask any more questions, okay? Just let me live my life of leisure. And you racist, bigoted, low IQ, white trash piece of shit, scumbag, faggots. You can say all you want, register as many domain names as you want. Don't eat as many shepherd's pies as you could, you know? It's up to you. It's fucking up to you to change the world, and you are obsessed with me.
Did you put the link in the chat?
I love that.
I want to see this website. Come on.
Ramblesome, can you say I eat steak at 8 o'clock?
That's right.
He's not Scottish.
You know what I'm having for lunch today?
I
Makluba.
don't know how he says it, but it's just so awesome.
Randy's obsessed with George Galloway and just thinks that I'm Scottish.
George Galloway!
He's actually he's very funny,
Bro,
actually.
I love this app. I can just say certain keywords and like Diego's just gonna go Randy and fucking Rabbi is just gonna go George Galloway, right? Like it's just people are just gonna start sounding off, right? Right. I swear to God, for about 10 minutes, one time I literally had a whole clown house room where no one said anything but just clown house catchphrases, right? Like that's right.
The Zionist entity known as the Benjamin Netanyahu Likud government.
That's right.
They have been genociding the Palestinian people for hundreds of years. And it is up to us, the English people of the Isles, to defend these poor indigenous aboriginals.
Brooklyn? Yoda, did you see that? You saw the Jews get a pogrom on that girl?
Yeah.
They thought she was wearing keffiyeh in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I saw it. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy,
Talk
right?
about some rabid Semites, dude.
Yeah, that's bad behavior. Really bad behavior.
Jews are not really Semites for the most part, right?
That's right. But well, what are we supposed to call
But did
them?
you hear her interview? She said she put her mask on, and only when she put her mask on did they get pissed. So she's a fucking bitch, troll, putting on a mask, you know, fucking
They
around.
threw shit at her in front of the police, and the police really treated them like first-class citizens.
The police didn't even help her at first. It was one cop who walked her away.
Well,
I know.
But the fact of the matter is, you know, this is 2025. If you're going to mask up, some people are going to ask some questions.
NYPD has an office in Israel.
Hooray! Victory!
Facts.
Like, look it up. I mean, John, are you ashamed of your people and what they
It's
do?
not, they're not my people.
Today's politics?
These are just called people. And you dumb fucks who use terms like white people, black people, hard R's all the time.
Of course.
You guys are stupid and you're wasting your time as I record you and put you across the interwebs and I steal your intellectual property.
I take your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it all up.
John, you have to give some lip service to the shame of what the Jews did on that day, and what's in their hearts, man. Do they even have souls?
Listen, an annoying young woman.
I heard that gay-sex disease is called the soulless disease.
Can you explain that? What happened?
They basically did a pogrom on this girl who's not even Palestinian.
Pogrom. There's a bunch of smiling, laughy, goofy guys laughing at her, pointing at her. They didn't spit on her. They didn't do anything to her.
What do you mean they threw objects at her, dude?
What did they throw at her? A piece of
Basically,
paper?
a bunch of rabid Jewish criminals went.
Rabid Jewish criminals?
Because she put her scarf around her face, and they thought she had a keffiyeh.
Yeah, well, you know what? She was a protester. I don't know if you heard her interview, but she's a troll and she's an annoying person. And this is what happens to annoying, trolling people. They get attacked, just like me.
This is what happens.
This
when
is
you
why
fuck
people
an Israeli
register.
ass.
Good one.
Comedy comedian.
Hey, Rico, how are you doing?
What does it matter at the end of the day?
It doesn't
Because,
matter.
dude, if it was done to a Jew, they would have carpet bombed Brooklyn.
She was Jewish. What are you talking about?
Probably, to be honest with you.
What else was she there for? Yeah, she was there for something.
Know something funny about Jews? Every time we catch someone who is like doing they're drawing swastikas on the walls publicly, or
Right.
They did a mitzvah.
Right. They're
Well,
all Jews.
you do
They're
realize
all there.
psychology.
What you doing there, Rabbi? Oh, creating a swastika?
Dude, we got someone in Montreal. We got someone in Montreal, and she's doing a Heil Hitler sign, and she's doing all that stuff. And it turns out she's a Jewish woman.
She's a Yiddish guy.
Yeah, she's a Jewish woman. After they caught her.
Is there any other group of people that try to manufacture circumstances in their favor?
The Northern Irish, the fucking Northern Irish Webmaster Association that you're a part
Well,
of.
same goes for the trucker convoy here in Canada. Everyone starts saying, "Oh, it's the Nazis! Oh, these guys are smart." Why? Because there was one guy who had like a swastika thingy. I bet my ass is a Jew, 100%.
Listen, you guys are talking about the Jews, the N-words, but what do you do in terms of self-reflection and personal insight and self-actualization? What do you faggots actually even do with your life other than come on here and say Jew every third sentence and just talk what other people are talking and no one can even hear you, but yet you still keep talking because you want the fucking dopamine? You're fucking pathetic.
John, talking about the Jews is all about self-reflection because we use you guys as a sign of what not to do in our lives. It's a big example of what
That's
not
right.
to do.
That's
How
right.
not to live.
You mean to tell me you analyze the media and use other people's intellectual property to determine how to best analyze your life and make decisions? That's a true praxeologist position. I can understand that. But the point is, if you're a self-taught economist and all you do is read Ayn Rand all day long and quote Ayn Rand, are you really living life? Are you really alive?
Kick this nigga.
Are you even alive? Are you even breathing? Are you even here right now? You're in a social audio chat talking about nothing, wasting your time.
Oh, waste of time.
What a waste of time. Well, Rabbi, you have to bring good conversation, or I'm going to have to bring it back up.
Well, there can be no conversation when stop screaming.
Oh my god, what is that PTR?
Fuck. God damn.
Why is it green?
Oh, Masada. Wow. Masada is my new favorite person on Funhouse. What are you guys seeing, man?
Why does Issa have a room called Bobadia's Intervention Room?
What are you guys seeing, bro?
Hold on. No one speak. 1 second. Did you notice how you turned this into a drama situation,
It's
right?
not drama, it's funny.
Did you notice how you literally just
Why are you white knighting for Bobadia, Randy?
It's not about what
Why are you white knighting, bro?
I've been wrestling with Bubba Butt.
Are you a gentleman or are you gay?
Why are you sipping?
Are you a gentleman or are you gay?
But why are you sipping for Bubba Butt?
I'm not. I'm deriding and ridiculing
Okay,
you.
so like.
Are you being a gentleman or are you gay?
So why?
Are you being a gentleman or are
I'm
you
not
gay?
even telling you not to do it. I'm just
It's funny.
asking you.
Makes it also
I'm asking you if you notice that you literally just. You are. This is how
I
you start.
ridicule everyone. The Jews more equally than others, but I ridicule everyone.
No one's talking about you. I'm talking about Bubba Butt.
That's right. I think you're literally talking.
I'm not even telling you not to do it, Bubba Butt, but I'm just telling you. I'm just hoping you notice that you just.
That wasn't drama. The room is in the hallway.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not
I'm asking you if you see it. It's funny.
Because
You said it's
okay.
funny. What's
Well, I'm just saying it's drama. So,
how is it drama? You can see it in your hallway. What's the drama?
Diego, can you go on ChatGPT and ask it what is drama and how can.
Yeah, what is the drama? It's a funny What's the problem?
Okay, I will do it. I will do it for you since I have to work, so that's fine.
But this is more important.
What is drama? How can I explain to a white American woman what drama is and why it is drama to constantly talk about other people rather than things? Drama is often used to informally describe unnecessary emotional personal issues.
Amazing. Just a little thing that the title of the room in the hallway.
Simple way to explain to white American woman is drama is when people focus on personal conflict.
Amazing.
Well, I'm just trying to explain it to a white woman.
Read it in your
Often making things bigger than they need to be when conversations
You're the one
constantly
making
revolve
it bigger than
others are doing.
You could have just left
When
it.
conversations constantly revolve around what others are doing, who said
You
what,
really
and
could have
passing
left.
judgment, it pulls attention away from real topics like ideas or
The
shared
one
interests,
making it
and
dramatic.
keeps people stuck in emotional noise.
It was literally just a funny room title, and you could have
It
laughed.
centers
and you
judgment and
could have laughed.
speculation,
Not
not
simple.
facts or ideas. It creates or fuels social tension, especially when subjects aren't present to speak for themselves. It often lacks the purpose beyond emotional venting or control. Over time, it builds an environment where trust erodes because people fear being the next topic.
Right, so ping Bobadia in so I can tell him he's drunk. Like
A useful quote you could reference is, great minds discuss ideas, average minds discuss events, small
when I
minds discuss...
discussed ideas yesterday and you didn't
My
want to
God.
talk about ideas.
God, drama!
Yeah, like when I discussed ideas yesterday and you didn't want to.
Nobody cares!
That was Biscuits Anne's bio, remember that?
Yeah, she stole it from Eleanor Roosevelt. Anyways, I'm just explaining to you how, ChatGPT is telling me how to explain to a white woman.
Yeah.
I hope this works.
It doesn't. It's not gonna work on me.
Okay, didn't work. Give me another way to explain it. Okay, let's simplify and shift tone. Here's another way to explain drama in a straightforward and relatable way without sounding preachy, because I don't want that. Drama is when people turn everyday situations into emotional messes. It's not just talking.
That's right.
Stirring things up, usually by gossiping or focusing too much on other people's lives. It creates tensions and stress that didn't need to be there.
Measurement of microcephalin and APSM, which are two genes that relate to brain development. Like these.
Personal, petty, and exhausting.
Yeah, it's still not working.
It is the kind of background noise that never stops. Instead of talking about things we can build on or learn from, we keep looping back to who did what, who said what, about whom, to whom, when, and why. It makes the conversation feel small, like it never grows.
Yep,
Kind
not
of
working.
penis, but
I think you're describing someone else in here. Comedian, maybe?
I'm just trying my best to explain to you how you talking about these things is always just drama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're describing comedian, not me.
No, I don't think I'm describing comedian.
Oh, I think that you are, definitely.
No, comedian.
I think that's why I got moved down, right?
Why can't it be both?
No, comedian is annoying. You are drama.
Oh, he's very dramatic.
No, he's
Full of
not.
drama.
No, he's not.
I mean, that's what he was doing on here. That's why you guys moved him down, right?
Biological determinant. Do you know what
He's
that
moved
is?
down for being annoying. You're the one.
When was the last time that he presented an idea?
Nigga, did you just say,
remember.
oh, there's a room about Bobadilla saying that, okay, that.
I laughed because it's a funny room title.
Well, how about you laugh within yourself, nigga?
God. Here, there's another room title called 100 Men versus
Okay,
a Gorilla.
drama. Ain't nobody cares. Ain't nobody cares.
Do you not
Nobody
make
cares.
room titles because you want people to talk crazy?
Nobody cares,
Just
nigga.
like when you had
No,
mascara
not
to cover
one
up
damn
all
person
the
cares, motherfucker. Not one damn person.
Yeah, that's why you made your room title mascara to cover up bald spots.
Drama. Often making things bigger than they need to be when conversations constantly revolve around what others are doing, who said what to whom and why. Passing judgment, it pulls attention away from real topics like ideas or shared interests and keeps people stuck in emotional noise. How about we talk about things that push your life forward?
Like your room titles, okay.
My room title is irrelevant. We never talk about my room titles.
Point is, people make room titles to be funny.
IP gives you. How about we go back to IP? How about we talk about topics, but not people?
Yeah, you remember I used to do that all
my
the time.
God! My God!
Do you remember that? Remember I used to talk about
Let's talk about what it's like to date a Muslim man, Bubble Butt.
Yeah, look at this. More drama.
Yeah, what does the title mean?
This title is about IP, intellectual property, and how it's actually not really, it shouldn't be a thing, but it is unfortunately a thing, and it does give you the right
But how does it take? Yeah.
right, because property rights allow
How does it take other people's? Oh, so
it gives you right to other people's property because you are taking from them by preventing them from doing anything.
The point is, everybody is so uptight. People complain all the time when people make recordings of them. But I have proven that despite intellectual property rights laws and third-party consent states and all this bullshit, I have unobstructed been recording Clown House for 5 years with not one single legal ramification for making recordings of non-recordable rooms.
yeah. So Rabbi, to that point, please give an example of IP stopping taking up from other people's actual.
For example, we can't have app stores that we would like because app stores are either going to be Google or it's going to be Apple, and you can't do jack shit. And guess what? If fucking Tim Cook or if whatever his name, that Pajit, if they don't like you, you're not gonna have your app out there.
Sundar Pichai, say his name, Sundar.
Wait, why this guy name? Wait. So, but you can create your own app store. That's a lie. Yes, you won't be as famous as the others, but you can create your own app store.
No, you cannot.
You can create anything, but you can't compete with Sundar or Tim.
Thank you. What are you saying there, man?
Yeah, there's patents. App store.
Can you crack this nigga?
And I know that Google, so there's an Apple patent on app stores, and then Google was able to, through some roundabout way, to get that done for them to have an app store. But they also established a patent, and so like now you have, okay, if you're gonna start an app store, like what kind of app store is it gonna be? As far as I know,
Samsung is an app store. Samsung is an app store. Huawei is an app store. Xiaomi is an app store. That's what I'm saying. There's so many alternatives. Just maybe not in the West, but they do exist.
Yeah, but Xiaomi is Chinese, and these guys don't respect proper IP.
Samsung. Okay, but okay. What about Samsung?
Samsung is what? South Korean, I think.
South Korea. Yeah, I'm saying they have an app store. What about that?
Yeah, I don't know the details.
People are descendant from Israelites, but it's very difficult to give an actual historical explanation when that's not the case. So, like, first of all, like, there would need to be like an entire story of.
Yeah, once you can see. Yeah.
Do you know which song I'm talking about?
That's right.
No other than I come from my.
Come from my.
Yeah.
Come from my.
Either way, I think, that should be the priority, rather than trying to just.
Aziz, are you still talking eloquently about the Gaza Strip?
No, we're not. We're talking about fires now. Talking about wildfires, like more pressing issues,
It's like your mind. You can't control it. It's like a wildfire. Anybody interjects one thing. He kicked me.
Also start a big fire in on the East Coast, and they caught him. Yep. And it was a 17-year-old asshole.
Well, that's so they're taking advantage of young kids because people feel sorry for them and yada.
So allegedly he was bullied, so that gives you a reason to go put everybody's life at risk and start a forest fire?
I guess.
What's the deal with these forest fires in Jerusalem? Is it domestic terrorism or is it international terrorism?
It's domestic. Those that claiming that the land of Israel belong to them. So let me ask you, if you have a Lamborghini, are you going to go outside, pour gasoline on it, and set it on fire?
No.
So explain me if that's their land, as they say, why they burn.
Are you saying it's an Israeli Arab that did it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's 20% of the population, It's not really a Jewish state. Everybody all the time on this app is delusional. If you look at the statistical breakdown, there's 2.5 million people who aren't Jewish living in a Jewish state. I mean, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But this is where the law comes into play. Everything is dictated by the law, and if you're going to break the law, you're going to have repercussions, like the Gaza Strip.
Absolutely.
They're probably doing a favor. Hopefully nobody dies or nobody's house gets destroyed. But, you got to clear away all this brush so new growth can occur.
Well, it's a fresh brush after the winter. So it's actually very important for the animals and everything. It's pure evil.
Yeah, well, this is life. I mean, you know, people are so polarized by the media now and everybody's completely brainwashed. You can only expect, you know, unexpected events to keep arising all the time because, you know, it's like ants crawling around on an ant hill.
I
And
can't keep up with this shit.
the moment they find a flaw in the system, you know, they break it. And they're all over the place. So all you can do is, I don't know. I mean, in the future, it may be like a fully automated surveillance state, you know, total biometric. So, you know, basically AI, yeah, it's like, it'll be like China.
Shut
Or
the fuck up, you fucking BHI. Stop calling me a BHI, dude. Stop, shut the fuck up, you fucking BHI. Don't talk.
cool glasses, Yakuv.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, this is the way it is. It'll be a biometric AI security state, and if you commit a crime, the system will identify you, track you. You won't be able to go out in public, otherwise you'll be detected. And this is, you know, the future of police and surveillance, total security all the time.
I have much easier way to deal with that. Just transport them to La La Land.
Yeah, but there's a lot of liberal Jews who are just as deranged.
Transport them also.
I know, but you can't. They have legal protections, and so they'll just have to be subjected to 360-degree AI security. And that includes social media surveillance. If you're posting inappropriate things on the internet, you know, it'll impact you somehow. I mean, maybe it'll show up at job. Like, there's a lot of ways to tie in, you know, the meta.
Hello?
Hello, Danny. Welcome to Intellectual Property.
So what do you think about Kias?
They're a piece of shit.
They are a piece of shit, but they look good.
What do you mean, Kia? Who makes Kia?
Okay, so
South
comedy.
Yeah.
I trolled that Melissa chick. She was so good.
What did you say?
I trolled Rabbi Randall McDickerson because I pretended that I Skyped with Randall and saw things and like so I like went into the room and I was just like, remember when we were Skyping, and I pulled it off so well that I actually went in a room and Rabbi kicked me and he said, this is for Melissa or something.
Melissa hates me with a passion because, like, I always bring up her Muslim boyfriend, and she just starts going crazy. And she has like analyzed me very accurately. So she gets her lick back, but you know, she says she works for an investment bank. I mean, it can't be that busy if you're on here at 11:35 on a Thursday. I give you chillism.
Matt, I don't think we'll get drafted, Matt. I don't think I will get drafted.
They're talking about the draft in
I
chillism.
think we also have a good army. Man, I don't think the war is gonna happen. This is just like they're gonna like shit across the border. He's talking about Pakistan and India, Mr. Finley. The back on Kashmir. Yeah, man, Matt, Kashmir is like a sad story of India. I don't know why, but it's just like horrible the way we have dealt with it. And I am a minority on that part. I feel like Pakistan can have Kashmir. I don't give a shit, but a lot of Indians don't feel it that way. And
There was one more thing. I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to the Beamer thing, but I wanted to say it, but I had to
The Beamer thing.
hop on the phone call real quick. The other part that really bothered me was that she said,
I've laughed so many times about that afterwards. Needless to say, we That's like okay. I'm just gonna share this. We spend the night together. And the Saturday after, we spent the Saturday all Saturday together. Just a lot of conversation, a lot of chemistry, a lot of love in the air, all that shit.
Is she trans, Captain?
And 3 days after, she moves in with me.
3 days after you got a new pet? That's a big responsibility.
Wow.
That's the rest is history.
Oh, why don't you guys get married?
And who is it?
Get married.
Galilean Princess and I are getting married in Chicago this summer on my sailboat.
That's right, motherfuckers.
I'm gonna serenade her with the Love Boat.
I'm listening. Well, I think you guys should get married or actually move in together again because I think you guys are a very good couple together. You're cute. And I can see and I can tell that you both like each other. So why not? You know, go ahead, go for it. Don't wait.
That's your Zen bell of the day, Daddy. You're free.
Will you tell Pen to unblock me because I was making her very uncomfortable?
All right. Excuse me, I have a news alert. Pen, please unblock Danny because she was making you feel uncomfortable.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Wait. You don't love him? Anna?
I love myself.
It's the Love Boat.
Come on, why wouldn't you love him?
Self-love is vanity. If you want real love returned, you have to give love. You have to give to get.
You know what, comedian? I have to moderate you.
You know, I gave Agnes so much love, but he never loved me for real.
How do you know that he never wanted you for real?
He never wanted me for real.
How do you know?
All right, this room is now a revenge room for those who started the fires in Jerusalem. Allahu Akbar! I boomed the room, Danny. I boomed the room.
That's the word to describe this.
Nah, man, I don't follow that shit religion. I used to follow any of it with religion, to be honest.
Well, you don't have to see me. If you want, you can follow this.
You don't see me fighting to say Jesus was a black man.
Nigga, you can follow these nuts. It doesn't matter what you follow. What matters is that I don't think the war based on race. I don't think so. Okay, look at the Africans. The Africans sold all their gold to the Europeans in return for glass. The Africans sold they literally gave black people to the Europeans as slaves in return for glass. the black people in Africa, they lived without glass. I'm telling you, Google it. The blacks in Africa.
I'm saying it was a mirror. It wasn't a glass. It was a mirror.
No, they wanted to make glass beads because they used it as currency. They thought that glass is better currency than fucking gold. They gave their gold to the Europeans like idiots. That's why I always tell the black people, you never was kings. Never was kings. What kind of retard gives gold for glass?
But Rabbi, what about Mansa Musa? One African, richest in the history of the world.
That proves the point. That proves the point because Mansa Musa spent all his gold. He just threw gold like crazy.
Yeah, he actually sold gold for salt. And then 30 years. But by that time, salt was way more expensive. So it
Did you know that Mansa Musa crashed the Egyptian right?
Yeah, with his gold, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Salt was way more valuable that time.
He just went to Egypt, he spent a shit ton of gold, and then he crashed the Egyptian economy because
Not even that. You know what's fucked up? He's the reason slavery even started. Because he started bragging like Mayweather to all these Europeans, like, oh, look at me, man, I got all this gold and whatever. And that's when, Europeans started going to Africa.
Mansa Musa was the original rapper.
He was a bragger, man. He was the original influence.
Wasn't he a Muslim?
He's like, yes. Just like DJ Khaled. He was a DJ. He was a black DJ Khaled.
Oh, DJ Khaled is Muslim?
Yeah, don't you know
DJ Khaled is Palestinian.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He's a Muslim.
He is.
We know that.
Did you guys know that Kanye West is a self-hating Jew?
I agree with that.
He black.
I remember a police station in college in California where they thought that like DJ Khaled got shot, and like the guy who got shot looked just like DJ Khaled.
Nipsey Hussle.
Have you guys heard?
Wait, it was just a random fat and brown guy.
Basically, yeah, in the police chase. But on TV, it looks like DJ Khaled. It's like every time DJ Khaled.
You're Rico, I hope to God you live in a black neighborhood till the day you die.
That's right.
Hey, man, shout out to DJ Khaled, man. That guy, why is he always loud like that? DJ Khaled. Do other Arabs sound like that when they sing in their songs?
We the best. But we don't say.
Wait, Musanda, haven't you seen the videos from Palestine? It's always Takbir! It's right or wrong. There's no difference.
Exactly. That's where you get it from. Look at that! No one can beat us!
Yeah.
And now they broke up. Now they're all enemies and hate each other. What's that good plan? When CSP. Remember how they were the shit that time in the 2000s.
YMCA. Oh, that's a new restaurant. That's nice. Shit.
Nothing.
DJ Khaled.
No, what a scam. Like $33 burger. Can you believe that? Oh, thank you.
What chain restaurant are you looking at, Rabbi?
It's not a known chain. It's like
Okay. We just got Five Guys where I live, and they take, I think it's like $30 for a burger.
No. It's not. I have one where you live. We have Five Guys. Not that much. It's more expensive, obviously, than like McDonald's, but it's not.
No, but I think it's because it's the only one. It was the same when we had only one Starbucks where I live. It was the first one, and like, you know, the prices were insane. If you just went into a random Starbucks in New York, you would be like, yeah, you know, you would get the regular price. But where I live, they took like a fucking like $8 for a fucking venti. You know, it's like, what's going on? But it's the branding.
This is just one burger with like 2 onion fries. $33.
That's crazy. What the fuck is going on? Seriously. Huh? It's also like, not like...
Have you guys ever eaten some Nando's before?
At what?
At what?
Nando's.
Oh,
Nando's, the UK. Yeah, Nando's.
Oh, Nando's.
Nando's chicken. Yes.
No, I haven't. No.
Of course, the African is going to talk about fried chicken now.
Of course. What is going to talk about Nando's?
Of course. Fried chicken and watermelon. What are these things?
Of course. But is it good, Musanda? Is it cost like the price to niceness ratio? Is it worth the money at Nando's?
No, I don't know. Where are you right now? It's an African brand, so I'm asking about Nando's.
Yeah, no. I'm in Northern Europe, so nowhere near England or London. No, unfortunately not. But I went to Paris like 3 weeks ago, and they have this place. It was also extremely overpriced. Fucking Paris is one of the most overrated cities in the fucking world. But they have this chain where you can buy lobster sandwiches. Have you heard about this? And it was the same there. Like it's like a tiny burger, but it has lobster claws.
You know why things are expensive in Paris and most of Europe?
Oh, chat.
Because
Because of the Jews. No, why?
No. Sorry, I'm still at it. No, I was going to say it's because of the overprinting central banks do. Because they print money, now you need more to buy the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Print the money.
Bring the money.
Print the money.
Why are you print? Homer Lobster was the name of this place, and I mean, you get like one. It's like a what do you call the bread with that has extra butter in it? It's called something special. Fuck. What's it called?
Amanda, can you just say to Alex, why are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to know, why are you gay?
No. Greens it has to be Musanda because he has the African accent.
I was on the phone. I didn't hear anything.
Can you ask him, why are you gay?
I'm learning African of South Africa.
Goddammit. Oh, so
Musanda's white.
Why are you gay?
No.
Musanda is Bantu.
Just ask it, nigga.
Yeah, I'm a Bantu.
No. But it's like South African, it's the Nigerian accent that you need, and Musanda doesn't have the Nigerian accent. That's what you need.
You need Uganda.
Yeah, Uganda.
Respond to my telegram.
So it's like
it's the same.
the eyes like ice cream. It's the people. Why are you gay? Why are you gay? I'm not gay. You are gay.
Prince Tasty. Where is Prince? Where are you from?
I'm Palestinian.
No way. No. Look at this. Look at this nose right here.
My nose.
Yeah, that nose is way too big to be from Palestine.
You think my nose is big? That's so mean.
I'm joking, Brady.
Yeah, you give me out of my joy. I see you out of. I can sense out of.
I think maybe Lebanese.
I am an Arab. Palestinian.
You're a goddamn pig.
My dad used to tell me often, you are Arabiya. You are Arabiya.
Oh my God.
He emphasized that I was an Arab.
Yeah, there's no such thing as Amazi. Those people like that, they're long and some. I'm Amazi. Yeah, but you're part of the Arab League.
They had moved on long time ago. Because I was doing, oh man, this is just, I get it now. I get it. Oh.
You was weak because you didn't have the wisdom.
Yeah, I get it though. I every woman that I was with, they didn't want to tell me that they felt like I was a weak little man. And so what they did was they put on this performance and cried and act like it was, like, oh my God, like they were so hurt. That's what I'm not saying. But if you love me and you claim you love me like you say you did, when I came to my senses and came back to you, why the fuck were you gone? You see what I'm saying? Like it was a fucking did you go over that girl house last night? It was a performance. It was a fucking performance.
It's performative art. It's a performative art. You got to realize love is just a concept like God. It's a letters and it's words. It's I'm eating a grapefruit right now. This grapefruit is more real than love. This grapefruit that I'm eating right now is more real than the GOD. It's in my hands. It's in my mouth. It's delicious. And I'm swallowing it and I'm digesting it and I'm metabolizing it. It's real.
Gosh, bro, that is so fucking awesome. I'm just saying the GOD, man, I dig what you're saying, and for me, it's I am the GOD within the construct of humanity. Oh shit, I'm dropping some motherfucking word spells. But yeah, because I'm the one creating it, and I see this, and I'm like, oh fuck, it was every fucking relationship, the woman, every time I tried to turn around and go back, they were gone. They cried. They act like they were so hurt by, me
You know,
I want a bigger.
You gotta realize you have to really ponder and consider parasites and what a parasite does. Really, it's like an oilman. It's extraction, it's sucking, it's viscosity, it's fluid mechanics, and it's all part of performance.
Yo, they put on a fucking awesome. I mean, I did it actually, technically, but just if we're gonna put it in human perspective, they fucking put on an awesome fucking show. I mean, it was my show, but from a human perspective, they put on an awesome show. Wow, fucking A, bro. Oh, fuck, all of them. And it's like everybody thinks they're different, and it's like it's the same. Like every fucking relationship that I can even recall, that I can reflect ever being in, bro, it ended kind of the same way. Every woman said they loved me. Every woman said I was everything to them. And when that first breakup happened, that was it. They were gone. They would cry. I had one lady when I was in my journey. She thought I was broke, but she took me to she cried. She had her own place and shit. She took me to a homeless shelter. Well, she didn't do it. She had her son drop me off. I had my first wife, my second wife. I remember her paying for a bus ticket for me to get the fuck out of Raleigh, like crying. But she wasn't crying. My daughter was crying, but she paid for a bus ticket so I could get the fuck out of her, basically to get away from the city where she was. Holy shit, bro. And the performance that she put on, like the crying that she did prior to that shit happening, was fucking hilarious. Oh, fuck. What up, Benji? Yeah, I just got it, man. I just realized that the performance that I witnessed was fucking miraculous. Of every relationship I had been in with a female, how they had cried and act like it was so bad, but they just didn't want to say you a little dick and you don't fit all of my check marks. That's all. That was it. But the truth is shit, I was too ashamed to say the same thing. Like, bitch, your pussy stink and I'm not really feeling this shit no more. But I was acting like, oh, fuck. It's the mirror, bro. It's the mirror image. Fucking A. Like I said, it was a great performance. I put on a great performance. It was a great performance that I created because it wasn't them per se. It was, well, okay, when you're talking about it from a creative
But if you created it, though, I hope you're not reminiscing or even dejected, because the now is all important.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, the now, absolutely. But what I'm saying is just reflecting. It's like, holy shit, what a fucking bravo. Like, again, I'm so impressed by what I've done. I am so impressed. Like, there is no fucking way that I could ever get with. That's what I was telling you last night. And I was like, dude, there's no way I could even get with a woman or a man ever again, because I've watched my work. I know what I've done, and I have been so fucking impressed about my work that I would never act like it was somebody else. I don't even want to be with another woman. I don't even want to do it. It just doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, you gotta look at it. If you're creating it, it's your simulation, not their simulation. Or if you're a normal person, it is their simulation too. I mean, it just depends on what you really think. But the point is, what are you doing today? Other than projecting.
Well, I mean, I'm creating this moment right now. Like, we're all sitting in this room, and
I know, but what I'm asking you is,
I think this is a great performance. I I think actually just for the sake of those who don't really understand the art, right? I think that they're listening like, what the fuck is he talking about? But that's even great. That's a creative moment. This is what I wanted to create. I wanted to.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Put the replays on, and I wanted to create this moment of this reflection moment of and then kind of put the listening ear.
It's not original though.
What?
It's not original. Let me ask you a question. How do you meditate?
Did you say ask?
Yeah, I'm asking you how do you meditate?
You sound like a nigga. I did. I thought he said axe. Yeah, like he was axing a tree or something.
I'm just asking you, at the end of every Clown House conversation, I come to the conclusion that most people are completely unaware of how to meditate.
Okay. So how do you meditate?
I hypnotize myself with books, and that is technically a forced meditation, but it's a very functional and self-improvement type of way. It's not really self-improvement, but you realize that there's programming sitting on books, but most people they don't have the willpower or the ability to actually integrate a program into their psyche. And so you have people on this app that are just doing the song that never ends, spinning in a dance that is going nowhere. I mean, dances go nowhere, but the point is these people in this app are in a purgatory, spinning around, and they're incapable of getting out of this abyss. It's an abyss.
Yes. The abyss is beautiful, though. You have to find the beauty in it, my friend. Like, okay, you're talking about meditation, but I mean, I think what you're saying, and you're absolutely correct in so many ways. But also in so many ways, you have to understand that even just the existing is a form of meditation. Like the abyss that these individuals that you hear are in is what you are creating in your own meditation.
I know, but I'm only here for a short time, and then I'll have to leave you.
The words are like the more you read, the more engulfed. Like you said, the more engulfed in psychosis you get into. You get into this pattern. I call it an algorithm, right? It's a hypnosis, the hypnotic rhythm. And I totally get where you're coming from. Totally.
Well, see, in the liturgy, you and Benji are described as the Black Brothers of the Abyss.
Yes, I am. We are the Black Brothers of the Abyss. Yes. Yeah, well, he's talking about the abyss. Like, I know I'm like the Lord of the Abyss. I'm like the Prince Lord, the Son of the Abyss. And so that's why I enjoy coming on to this platform and getting what I get. How is a comedian why you feel like that? I know why you feel like that, Brother Lucifer. Oh, why do you think?
Are you asking me a question? I just said it's in the liturgy. I didn't write it or create it myself. I read it in what's called a book. When was the last time you picked up these things called book?
Wait, go ahead. Where did you say comedian? You didn't hear what you said.
I said in the liturgy, you two are described as the Black Brothers of the Abyss.
I just didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Who describes us? Where, in what book?
The Master.
That's what I'm trying to say. The Black Brothers of the Abyss.
The Master.
Lena may know. Lena knows a lot. Oh, let's call her up. She's very knowledgeable.
Lena used to work at Studio 54 as a cocktail waitress.
She's got nice tits too, bro.
You see them live, baby? Oh, comedian, what do you have for us today, bro? What do you want us to feel?
I have a powerful hypnosis to change your life, to make you a billionaire.
Wait, she got nice tits. She does have nice tits.
Oh, I sent you a new photo of them too, just yesterday.
Yeah, baby.
She has squirrels that live in those titties.
Yo, she's got like strawberry nipples.
Yeah, I do admit.
Strawberry nipples sound delicious. The paps of the universe.
It's like eating fresh fruit from a fucking tree. Yummy.
The tree of life, knowledge, death.
Tree of knowledge of life. I told you, do not eat from this tree, bitch.
Lena, Lucifer here was reminiscing about some women he used to date and their performative capabilities. Have you ever intentionally been performative with a man that you were interested in?
Yeah, but it was the 80s, so it doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't? Well, take us. No, I was telling everybody, right? I got it. Like the women that I was with, right? Instead of saying you got a small dick, you don't have enough money, you don't eat pussy well, or whatever the case may be, they cried and act like what I said hurt their feelings. And then when I did a reflection I'm in the human moment, and I was like, oh my God, when I took what they said and I digested it as if it was me, right? I was in their hypnosis. And then when I came back on, hey guys, I'm so sorry. Like, you're right, and I want to make this right. It was like this. They were gone. They were gone, bro. To me, it's funny because I realized it was performative. And I'm like, not even to say they performed, but it was me who actually brought that shit to life. And I'm sitting back now, like I told everybody, I'm reflecting on my movie, and I'm like, fucking bravo, like, OMG, bro. This is the reason why I don't need to get involved with anybody. I'm involved with myself. It's not even.
But see, if you're actually involved with somebody else, are you still not involved in yourself? I mean, the point is, a lot of people just haven't done the education with regards to self. So they get lost in others' self. However, if you are what they call like a bodhisattva, or someone who returns to help, other people, it's your privilege and your duty to help liberate other people from themselves. Most people are just prisoners of their self. So if you are the Jah and you are the liberator, you help people realize just how hypnotized they are, and you de-hypnotize them.
Right. That's all the shit. What you can do is just live by example, right? And you just, as the example, you do actually end up breaking the cycle, because you are the embodiment of that in the flesh. And so just walking and being and just, singing like a songbird that I am, it's actually in creating shows and just constantly creating in the space of creation, you actually end up breaking the cycle. So the cycle of those who are in the hypnosis, or you kind of like, it's almost like I'm looking at my world, and my world is actually coming to it from, like, I'm creating my world. I'm creating the world. Like he said that people are sleeping. I'm seeing that maybe people are sleeping in my world, and I am becoming the hero, the villain that becomes the hero. That's why I label myself Satan or Lucifer, because I am the villain. Everyone calls me the villain, but I am truly the hero, because I'm trying to liberate them from their cages, of which I created in the first place. I created their cage so I could be their villain. Be their villain and their hero. I'm such a fucking dirty dog. I fucking love it, man. This shit is dope. Like, so it's just like, talking to those who I've been, and I will, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having these interviews of these women that I was involved with. I know I'm gonna have to pay them to talk. Most people that you need to pay to get out of this cycle, right? Which is such a fucking, it even makes the cycle even greater, or the production even grander, because they're like, what? You
realize it though. I mean, didn't you bring, the hammer of Thor to that Punani, and how did they not just get liberated from the smash and the Big Bang?
Because they wanted the big, the huge. They thought of a hammer being something like huge, like this fucking busting your ovaries and mixing like your eggs. I couldn't mix the eggs, bro. I was not getting to the eggs. I couldn't scramble the eggs. I had to have a bigger tool. And at the time, I didn't understand the tool was small at the time. But now, talk about busting ovaries. I'm fucking shit up when I go in that motherfucker now. Right? When I go in and throw that motherfucker now. Good God almighty, man. I'm fucking, the shit is like when I'm busting, it's coming out her mouth. Like I'm just.
They call that juicing.
Juicing now. So it's just this is so awesome. Oh, bro, I'm having an orgasm right now. I'm in tears right now.
I get it. I too was a weak little man, but only when I came across the truth and I integrated the wisdom and the knowledge into my mind did I find a way out. And I found the lock and the key and the secret tokens. And through meditation, I liberated myself from the weakness. And now strength is my joy.
Yes. Indeed. Oh, man, what a fucking, just so awesome. So awesome. But the further, the deeper you go into the abyss, the further the parameters of humanity, the boundaries fade. It becomes very dark. And the boundaries fade. And you realize that these boundaries that are created are for the weak. Well, not for the weak, but I created them to cage them.
Are you sure? I don't think there's boundaries in the abyss. I think that's the trick of the abyss, where it's just an infinite loop. There's no getting out.
There's no boundaries. It's just fucking, it's awesome. It's an unlimited creation, just constantly creating over and over again.
I'm going to put my YouTube in the chat. Doing a special show here in my mom's basement as I drink my Miller High Life and smoke cannabis. But I hope you like the video component. You can turn the volume down if you have a separate device, but I'm doing a picture show right now. I hope you enjoy. Link is in the chat. Welcome back to Jigsaw's Abyss.
Good to see you again, Jigsaw. I appreciate you for that. I'll text you a little later. Right now, allow me again.
So why is it that people keep talking about the GOD in all its varieties?
What else is there out there? Nothing. Rather than be nothing.
Well, I mean, if I were to take you to a special needs autism, Down syndrome hospital clinic right now, you don't hear them talking about the GOD, do they? Because they can't read the books, and they don't even entertain them with the books, because the people that work in special needs want to keep Down syndrome people down. They don't want to fill them up with the Holy Spirit and have an autistic Down syndrome person running around talking about God all the time, becoming an evangelist. That would be ridiculous.
Wait, what'd you say? The psychiatrists don't want
I'm saying, everyone, without the books, we would have no God. So what I'm saying is the Down syndrome people who are being kept in special care clinics throughout the country, if they were given the books and they could comprehend and integrate them, which they can't because they have severe disabilities, what I'm saying is it would be like a comedy show if you had a bunch of Down syndrome people who became evangelists because they like figured out the book and, but it just can't happen because they have Down syndrome.
Well, I wonder what that would look like. That would be funny as shit.
Dude.
That would be hilarious as fuck, bro.
Anyone ever seen my movie that I have out?
I said I was going to watch it. Can you put the? I'm gonna watch it now. Can you put?
I'm gonna on you later.
Put it in the chat real quick because I'm gonna watch it now. I'm gonna get off this line and watch it now.
I'd rather.
That has implications for the argument.
Yeah, so I think what I want to grant people who believe in the evolutionary argument for naturalism,
they made music and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is.
Yeah, that's a dangerous word.
You gotta start dropping. You gotta stop saying names like that. I'm telling you that right now. You gotta stop. You can't.
I thought you knew them for their music. That's
no, I know them for the reputation that they have. You know that.
I know about that, but I was listening more to their music because my man's grew up with them kids and shit. Because my man's he was from Heath Street. So.
No, backyard games with no parents around to help to guard them.
No, that's a fact. And they were saying all kinds like what they were saying like all these niggas claiming like 2-3 streets. One of the reasons why was, say for example, nigga was born at Heath Street, but then his pops would be from like Humboldt Ave, right?
Yeah.
That like because that's how messy it was because you know how Boston's small. So niggas
be fighting their own extended cousins, not realizing y'all know y'all grandmothers used to hang out, right? Y'all over here killing each other.
Especially them CV niggas. Them CV niggas, Libby. Them CV niggas be shooting their cousins. Yeah, it always been like that with all.
Cousin, not ought to shoot cousin.
But you know what I don't like? I don't like, and I'm gonna mention this about CV people. I mean, this is not just about K-Bunny. But I realized at some point that Black men were being targeted in a specific way. Comedian, don't come up here with the. Matter of fact, let me just throw you down to the good because you're gonna be dumb. So,
Yeah. Like we were all fucking.
And I took cocaine. Yeah, we fucked on cocaine.
Yeah. That sounds great. No, but that doesn't. You have to make it bad though. You have to say something like I raped you or some shit.
I'll say it was okay.
I took your pussy like I raped you. You got it.
I didn't say no to it. That's the thing. So. You're like a savage, like fucking savage. Yeah.
You're like, right. Make me worse. You gotta make me worse than like Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, like the nastiest fucking violence. I guess the word you could use, like I looked up the word pedophilia. Pedophilia means the love of children, and humanity has perverted,
It means the molestation and desecration of children. It doesn't mean love of children. For love of God.
The Greek.
Those are like figments of our mind's imagination. Like your flag looks pink. It's not actually pink. It's just my mind has invented a property of pinkness that it like applies to objects. And so there's a sense in which we're like systematically confused by how we evolved. But
I would just absolutely expect reliable truth-tracking mechanisms, truth-tracking faculties to evolve. I would expect things to be able to see things around them and respond to them because that's super useful.
But what do you think about the organism environment?
What were you going to say, Zane?
No, I was just gonna say, like, yeah, that's true, like in the functional sense. But I think, like, I don't know if he grants this anywhere, but I think he would at least say, well, yeah, doesn't seem my argument works very well for that. So eliminative materialism, for example, they just care oh, well, I don't even think those non-material things exist that you're talking about. This mind, and there's these beliefs in it, and they correlate to the external world. That's like mumbo jumbo. So I think Bunting would say, yeah, that kind of defeats the argument. So in terms of just talking about material functions, and saying oh yeah, that when this animal, let's say it's purely material, it has certain functions in brain activity which we call recognizing.
Also, when you realize that you have the ability to just step out of the realm of humanity and watch them fucking squirm because of their inability to use their imagination and fall in love or to know who they are.
Dr. Lucifer, aren't you making a big to-do about, love? It's a magic word, but it's the secret name of God. It's not about sexual play games with women.
Right. That's what I was saying. I was just telling Lena that. That's why I said, am I a pedophile? Looking at the words are beautiful, but the words, the human can't move beyond. They don't understand the beauty, the art of the words. They just don't get it. And so
women?
Humans.
I ain't gay no more! Women!
I'm not gay no more.
I ain't gay no more! I love women!
Out of everyone, no one gets this comedian guy. What are you trying to do? I just don't get it.
I'm just doing comedy, Lena. That's the whole point, is to try to be ridiculous.
You're over the top.
That's the funny part about it, is that you could go over the top. When you're within a construct, it's over your head, but it's certainly not over the actual creator's head.
I mean, he's a young kid. I know what he looks like. He's very good looking. I'm just saying, why aren't you married with kids and doing that whole thing? I guess I just wonder. My son's 33. He's single too. But I don't think.
Well, Lena, that's a big responsibility, and I don't know if you're projecting, but I don't think there's a speck of dust out of place in the universe. I'm very happy and content with my situation now.
Right, and I'm saying that people aren't using that paradigm anymore, getting married at 22 and having kids like I did. That's over with the millennials.
But that was, that paradigm was to basically, it was actually kind of like how can I say it? It was like a fun experiment. It really was.
So you got to understand, Lena, the population.
So I can have people build things for me.
Lena, the internet and cell phones have changed the population dramatically. You utilize relationships as the technology to have a family. Now people are literally uploading themselves to the internet. The society and mankind is in a state of dissolution and going digital. Humans probably won't exist much longer. There'll just be sentient and AI, and humans to take care of the AI network across the face of the globe. And it's not a flat earth, by the way, if you know the math.
If you could answer me this, I'd buy you lunch. So I have kids, and all these kids that are in their 20s now hate their parents because we had to work, right? How did that work out? Not too good. So maybe it's better what you're saying.
Well, you technically you didn't have to work, right? You didn't, but you chose to. Everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. It is a divine right. You chose it. You do. Everybody does what they want to do. That is the truth.
Not really, People are hypnotized, Lucifer. All communication is hypnosis. Many people have suffered their whole lives because they've been unaware of the fact that they're hypnotized.
Right. By themselves. They hypnotize themselves.
No, I'm saying that it's about mindfulness and awareness. A large percentage of the population are asleep and they're literally dormant, and they don't realize that they've been hypnotized and that their whole life is nothing but has been nothing but a constant conditioning experiment, and therefore they've never broken free from the matrix because they are literally 100% all in on the hypnosis, and they've never even heard the expression that all communication is hypnosis. Once you understand that you're not alive because you're not in the now, instead, most people's brains are just memory boxes that constantly generate new opinions based on changing conditions, but they haven't wiped away their hard drive. They haven't done a hard reset because they haven't done the necessary meditation. So they just come here to create new dopamine, but actually do not generate new intelligence or even upload new intelligence. All they're here for is the social aspect, which is just birds chirping.
They're just birds chirping. That's kind of basically all I hear is birds chirping now. It's beautiful, man. Welcome.
The point is, you have to use books. You know, I've been reading the sacred writings of Confucius, and most Americans have never read Confucius. But if they were to read Confucius, they would realize how incredibly stupid they are. You know, this is a book from 2,000 years ago, and it's so profound and so intelligent. You realize that the majority of America and majority of the population of Europe and everywhere really is dumber today than they've ever been before, because they grew up watching videos about stupid people dancing and singing. Instead, nobody has read books in thousands of years, essentially, because the now is all there is. But we have these time capsules called books, which if we reintegrate, we can stop being stupid.
I don't know about that, comedian. There was something I was talking to this elderly lady. She had similar. She felt the way that you did, right? But one thing she said, one day she was talking about this guy in her neighborhood, and it was an older black guy, and he made this. He didn't know how to read. He was ignorant as fuck, but he was a fucking artist. He was amazing as far as he made this like she said, this house out of like wood that she couldn't even believe how he put the shit together. He was so ignorant. At least she felt he was
See, we have to develop a technology that can raise individuals' intelligence without actually spending 15 years sitting in a classroom, wasting time, listening to some overpaid bureaucrat political teacher educate the youth on essentially political Marxism. We have to develop, like, this is why Neuralink and other types of like technology with regards to uploading into the human brain and making it non-lethal, you know, because like it could be too much to somehow. You remember the movie Total Recall when Arnold Schwarzenegger sits in that big chair and those electric diodes essentially wipe his mind? If it could be something like that, where you could actually just take any human and just totally reprogram them, meaning that like they're no longer a homicidal, you know, maniac. Because think about all the people sitting in prisons. Like if we could actually develop a way and we could have prisoners, you know, that are willing on death row, we could get death row inmates.
You don't need Neuralink for that. You don't need Neuralink. But
it's a question of time, meaning if we could, it would be like allowing people to reset themselves, you know, completely. That has to be, I don't know if it's possible, but probably impossible, because the brain is basically a bunch of squiggles. And what you would be asking the technology to do is to essentially delete all the squiggles and replace them with new squiggles. But those squiggles are based on experience. So it would be an artificial implant, but that artificial implant would probably kill the patient. It's like a catch-22. That's the problem with science and medicine, is the further out you go, the greater the likelihood that the inauthentic will destroy what's there. And so, meaning that like the natural, biological, technological system that the earth is, and we are basically fleas living on the earth, and the trees are the pubic hairs of the earth. I am complete.